Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, and I'm up today with something that was requested. Right, one of the subscribers on the channel wanted to know how you put the stamp strips together, how they layered together. So that's something that I'm going to do today. But first up, I just wanted to share with you, because I've got the personal haul dies out from a couple of weeks ago, I decided to do some cards, and I got myself some new rabbit stamps. So that was what I got a couple of weeks ago, and that is like the folder and the ATC and the slotted card, and then the smaller card that drops in. So with my new rabbit stamps, I just did a little bit of watercolouring, and these are actually German stamps, so I won't be using the German sentiments because I don't speak German, but I just loved the bunnies. So I made myself 4 little bunny cards and just watercoloured them. So that's some fun that I had at the weekend. Right, now back to the stamps. Right, now this is what inspired the question. Now, these are coloured in with markers. So there we've got these stamps. These are the mango stamps that I did in the haul. I just think they're really cute. I absolutely love that ghost. But she wanted to know, how does that all go together? So let's do that. I'll just pop those over to one side and we'll explain it. Right, in that set you get 2 dies, and if I can get a good close-up, there you go, you can see that one's flat. It's got no cutting edge for an aperture, whereas this one has. See that cutting edge all the way around? That's going to cut that out. So if you use this one on its own, I'm going to show you, you get a flat stamp that you can stamp or whatever, or cut, you know, pretty pattern papers and stuff out, and then you'd be able to just bend that, fold it and tear it apart. But if you want to keep it whole, then you use the frame strip, which is this one, and this is the one that will cut pieces out and also cut the frame. So let's have a look at that piece. So that is the frame that it cuts out. Let's get close up there. So this would layer now on top of here, so that you've built a frame. And then what comes out of there, because you've got the aperture, are all of your little squares that then slot back in. So if that was cut in white cardstock, for example, then you'd be able to stamp. So you can do, you know, whatever colour you want and do whatever. But I decided I was going to cut some of that gorgeous wallpaper effect flowery Panelisa paper that I got last week in my Panelisa haul. So let's quickly put this together, and then I hope that, you know, that's explained itself. Now I'm just going to squeeze my glue because I don't know if it's working or not. So I'm just going to give that a squeeze. I'm doing it off camera. Right, I think it's flowing, but let's find out. Right, so this is the bit that you want to put your glue onto. So, you know, you don't want to go too heavy with it, especially if you're using a paper that stains. You know, some cardstocks, you get a little bit of glue on them and they just look awful. And I guess that's where, you know, using a matte medium would come into it. But I just use my Dollar Tree Jock glue because it lasts such a long time. And I think I have shown you that bottle. It was last time I bought it, it was like 8 ounces for $1, which probably means it's $1.25 now. But it lasts probably 8 ounces of glue. It might last me a couple of years, 18 months perhaps. So for me personally, it's just really good value for money. Right, so I've got glue all over that frame, and then I'm picking this up, and you need to match it up all the way down. I'm just going to slide it across to get that correct. And then you're going to fasten it down and tidy it up to make sure you haven't got, you know, glue all over yourself like me. And then there we go. So you can see that you've just layered it back on. Well, I'm going to let that glue dry just for a second and I'll be right back. Right, so I think that's dry enough. And then all you have to do, you can see now, it's layered on top of the base one. And you just go into the tray section. Just put some squiggles of glue. These can be so quick and easy to make. I mean, obviously you can spend your time stamping and colouring if you want to, but if you're making a bookmark, for example, for somebody, and they like flowers, or maybe they want photos of their grandchildren in there, you know, it can be anything. So I think I'll go with my roses up here. Yeah, I'm going to go that way around and go with my roses. And then you just quite literally slot your pieces in. Just give them a press. But they do make, you know, great bookmarks. It's a lovely size. And I'm pretty sure that I did measure it. But I will measure it again because you know me. I can, I can be a bit forgetful. And then I quite like that's got a lot of blue. It's like taking a photograph of a rose in the sky. I hope my camera's not all blurred. But look at how quick that was. You know, it took a couple of minutes for my glue to go off, but you've got a bookmark, you've got a little set of stamps, anything that you can put, you know, into a page in your album. Now, because you thicken these by putting the layer on the top, I would suggest that if you want to separate them as stamps, use a large pair of sharp scissors, because the longer the blade, the truer you are on your straight line. You don't have to keep going snip, snip, snip. You can just make one cut, one straight cut. But aren't they pretty? I mean, you can just imagine those. Let's get a close-up. There we go. You can just imagine those on a really nice lacy envelope or anything. But I just absolutely love it. Well, obviously, because that's why I bought it. But that is the tutorial for the stamps. And, you know, going back to last week, if you want to spend extra time on them, you can stamp. I mean, you could do little flower stamps, anything. I just did cuteness for Halloween and Christmas. But just look at how pretty that is. Absolutely love it. And, of course, I did do my beautiful, beautiful bunnies. And I really love those too. So there's my bunnies. My weekend was not totally idle. Right, I thank you so much for watching. And tomorrow I am going to be up with a design team haul from Eiffel Store. Have an absolutely awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. And as usual, all links below. Bye.